It's time for Tales from Tater. This is BlindViews and hashtag living on grid. That's right. It's time. It's story time from the Tater. That's right. Tater sings his woes of buying land in Arizona, purchasing an RV in Oregon, and being a resident of Texas.
Happens to be a little more difficult to become a resident of Arizona than, say, Texas, where I have an actual established government tie with escapees and the city, Polk County, which says, you have a designated home here. You actually live here. It's not just a piece of land, and it's not just a P.O. box at escapees either. It's an actual RV living space.
The RV living space. Yes, the Nomads, they do things like that a lot, where they, don't live where they are. But first, before I get off topic here, for whatever reason, Tater chose Texas, right? He got his Texas plates, and he even abandoned his beloved Seahawks and went all in on the Cowboys. Now he finds out that Texas makes people transfer titles and stuff like that when they buy vehicles and vehicles change hand. They actually have to transfer the titles. Well, he doesn't like that. So now Texas is horrible, and he has to find a way to change. From what Tater says, Oregon has some registration shit that allows people to just pass vehicles around all willy-nilly until someone decides to go register. And then they go, hey, I'm going to go register. But until then, it's this open registration system, according to Tater. Now, I live in PA. I only know how it works here. If you buy a car from a dealer, you give them money. They give you a car with a temporary tag on it. You see, that purchase price, when you give them the money, that included tax, tags, and the title. So everything's all good to go. There's no need for a trip permit because you have your temporary tags. The temporary tags, that's what allows you to drive until you get your permanent stuff. And that comes in the mail from the DMV. Boom, done. There's no need to take this open title with 14 different sellers on the back and and no buyer's name and all this other bullshit. There's no need to go get some little permission slip to drive the thing because it's not registered. No, everything's all done. It's all wrapped up. Boom, done. There's no need for none of that. And no, you don't get dealer tags, unlike some moron in the comment section. No, you don't get dealer tags. Temp tags and dealer tags, they're not even close to the same thing. Now, apparently people have been telling Tater to just be an Arizona resident and register his fleet of horse shit there in Arizona. But Tater says it's not that easy. I mean, come on. The little dog discarder loves the Northwest. He is the happiest he's ever been in Taterland at 7,000 feet. Yet he drives to Texas to get all his shit done and then cries about having to drive to Texas. So one can only guess that the conflict and tales of woe are good content for the tick tosser that is despised like he is. Again, I live here in Pennsylvania, and I will be the first one to admit that I don't know the rules of every state. I know how things work here. I'm not a mobile hobo on the run and need to have residency in a state that I will never go to. All that being said, I have had commenters that live in Arizona that have shared some info. Some bought land and are off-gridders. Some are RVers. There's several in many different states of living and living situations, all giving their experience and info. Without going into detail and giving all kinds of examples, basically what they're saying is that Tater is making this much, much more difficult than it really has to be. We all know, well, because I told you, that Tater was in quartzsite at the time of his little title woes video where he was crying the blues about everything not going his way. Well, he magically got the RV to Arizona. Tater won't say how he got there because it was definitely in a criminal and not very legal way.
Through the magic of teleportation, I'm back in Arizona. Thank goodness. Let's go back inside.
See, he's so happy with himself that he skirted the system and illegally got his RV to Arizona. And now the puppy rejector is safe at the LTVA and his Taterland hideaway. All his cares are forgotten as he smokes, drinks, and sings like nothing ever happened.
Yeah, he's MIA right now, so we'll get back to you guys once he starts singing.
Harry.
What kind of beer is that? Come on, say it.
Yeah, what kind of beer is it? Just say Bud Light.
Light beer. Light beer.
What kind of light beer?
Yeah. Why don't you go drink a real beer, you little fat buck? Just like when he had a 10-day trip permit, he waited until day 9 to do what was required of him, and then he had a meltdown when things didn't go his way. Mr. Spontaneous will drink Bud Light, get high, hang with the few friends that he has left, or some new ones that he's trying to make that don't know any better yet, install some shit on his illegal RV, and wait till the last minute to take care of things and then have a little meltdown all over again. Our little canine dismisser will then make a video and cry to his Patreon cat ladies that his bad luck is continuing. And his channel, oh yes, his channel almost took a very, very horrible turn.
Oh, I was starting to go down a path that was really ugly, thinking that this channel's going to make a huge change. Luckily for me, luckily for you, I did not make any...
Luckily for us. Luckily for us.
Yay!
Oh boy, how lucky we are. Oh man. Now, I've talked about this Nomad shit about their residency before, okay? They pick states like Florida, South Dakota, North Dakota, one of the Dakotas, Texas, and there's a little couple other handfuls that they pick. They pick states that they don't have to show up in. They can just sit home and get on their little laptop, their phone or whatever and go, hey, I live here now. Okay. And they just do shit like that. They don't have to show up maybe once just to say, hey, I'm here. Here, I bought a mailbox. But that's how they pick states. You know, they'll pick it based on the state income tax or the state tax that they have to pay or sales tax or whether they do this, or, similar shit like that. But most don't take time to consider the other big factors. They then go ahead and do their little migration patterns that have them nowhere near their home state. They then complain when they have to spend a bunch of money and time, like Tater, to travel back to this state or wherever it is to take care of shit. They don't consider some of the important things like how close is it to where I am? How close is it to my family? How close is it to anything? How do I get health insurance? Where's my doctor? Can I go to the doctor? How often do I got to go to the doctor? I need a prescription filled. Can I just call in or do I have to go in and get a checkup? Where's your family? Is it close? Is it not? Do you have any family that gives a shit? I mean, how do you vote? And I don't mean what is absentee ballot? Yeah, but do you know what even you're voting for? You're not there. You don't even know what the hell you're voting for. Do you even vote for shit like that? No, I'm not talking about just the president. Do you vote? Do you do anything for your community that you suck the life out of because, I don't know, you're some hobo on the run? I don't know. If things change in your little home residency state, if things change, do you even know? Do you have to show up one day and they go, whoa, you can't do this and that anymore because everything changed and you have no fucking clue? But you don't think about that shit. It's just, they don't have state tax. You're morons. That's why you live in the fucking desert. The majority of them, they don't care. They don't care about much of anything because they listen to people like, Sarah Sucker Tim and Bob Wells. They've given up. They've quit and escaped to this imaginary freedom and cheap way of, almost living. I just heard from a couple people that the rest areas in Ehrenberg, they shut off all the water because all the sand fleas, they stole so much free water that they drained the wells and everything was getting low. And they just said, that's it. That's it. You thieving rat bastards. That's right. You desert rats, you're just sucking us dry. So we're shutting it off. Ain't nobody getting any more. But oh no, it's not the Nomads. I'm sure that's the fucking locals too. Come on. Fess up. They want to flip society the middle finger, but they still want to be able to take advantage of everything society and the man can do for them. They want to be free to sit in the desert, but have you pay for it and then come and pick the sand out of their ass for them too.
Yeah, this is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it. Oh yeah.
What we do here is go back.
Loud.